Oh, hello.
Oh God,
We're
really?
having I'm sorry, we're having technical difficulties on our guest side, so I was distracted. My apologies.
Okay. Hey, Prince, really? Oh gosh. Okay, great. Welcome to Trifecta Hour. I'm AJ. This is Ink. This is Prince. We in the building. How y'all doing on this great Friday?
I'm good. A little tired, but I'm here.
Hey,
It's gonna be a great weekend.
it's gonna be it. I'm on my
Alleged.
way somewheres.
You on your
Alleged.
way somewheres?
Somewheres.
I'll be on my way somewheres tomorrow. There he is. I'll be on my way somewhere tomorrow.
All right, let's get
All
it.
right.
Well, all
Let's
right,
go.
let's go. And you get 53 million. You get 53 million. And you get 53 million. Ah! New York City Mayor Eric Adams defends $53 million prepaid food card handouts to migrants and claims the $1,000 a month in cards will help taxpayers because city will save money on delivery. Now, I'm still trying to figure out what that means. We will unpack that. Maybe we won't. But
Mm.
here's Candace Owens with a little bit more context. Take a
Oh,
look.
okay.
In New York City, they're launching a $53 million program to give prepaid debit cards to migrants to spend at bodegas. Because what happened was the city was providing migrants meals, and the migrants were like, we don't like these meals. So the city said, okay, you don't like what we're giving you? Okay, so we will just give you prepaid debit cards and you can decide what you want to eat.
That was easy.
If you think I'm lying, I'm not. This is real. The pilot program is being rolled out at Roosevelt Hotel in Manhattan with 500 families that are involved. A family of 4 will get a card loaded with $1,000 a month, equivalent to $35 a day. The city is saying that they only want these cards to be used at bodegas, supermarkets, and delis. And they're going to make the migrants sign an affidavit agreeing that that's how they'll spend their money. And then they, of course, they have no way to track it. They'll have no idea because it's a prepaid debit card. But hey, trust the migrants.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
But before I ask the question, isn't it amazing how you could break into someone's house and just take whatever you want and then get rewarded for it? I just
Yes.
love it.
Yes.
But do y'all agree with America's favorite mayor, Mayor Adams, creating an illegal alien cash grab?
So let me get this straight. People
Tish.
that who already broken the law, haven't signed papers to be over here, you want them to sign a paper that legally binds them to spend $1,000 in specific places.
Hmm.
And y'all said America is whack. America is phenomenal. Only in America you could get away with this bullshit. $1,000,
A G.
a whole G, and they, wow, this is no Mayor Adams. But you know what, New York City, I don't even live there, and you reap what you sow. You reap what you sow because you know what? That is bullshit. $1,000 to people who already illegally here. By the way, you're giving them cards in a nice hotel. And who are you to come in my house, break in my refrigerator, eat my food, spit it in my face, and say, I don't want this?
Mm.
Go on somewhere
Mm.
with this bullshit.
Mm.
And yeah, call me anti-American because this is bullshit. Go back where you fucking came from.
Oh.
Eat tamales and whatever else the fuck you got. Go eat it.
Okay. 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 All right. Tell us how you really feel. Well, I'm gonna just say this. I identify as a migrant.
Did y'all see
So
Terrence K. Williams'
yeah,
video?
so if anybody's asking, okay, I was not born here. Okay. I drifted over here in the Red Sea. and I carried a mattress. So I identify as a migrant. I want this free $1,000. And you know what the crazy part is? It's not fucking free. It is going to be us paying for it.
Right.
That is the
Exactly.
worst part about this. And then I'm still trying to figure out where New York found this money. Has anybody figured that out? Like, and you, oh, and you know what's even better? The double dipping.
Yep.
So we're going to give you money for you, make you spend it where we want you to spend it because we're going to tax those people on that income that where you spend it. Okay. Oh, and by the way, Leroy, because that's the name that you just adopted since you like came in, or Juan, or whatever the hell you want to call yourself. I want you to sign this legally binding document, even though you're not legally here, and even though you don't have a social security number anyway for us to track you. I mean, we don't even know your real date of birth at this point because you threw your papers in the bush on your way in. We want you to sign this piece of paper, okay? And we want you to tell us that you're only going to spend it here. So I just have one question: is this like a food stamp card?
It should be.
Because, or can you just like get a pin and withdraw $1,000 from the ATM?
I hope not.
I hope you can. I hope you can. I hope this backfires and blows up. You know what I hope? I hope there's a bodega right now getting it in saying, hey, I will give you 800 for your 1,000. That's what I hope is happening right now. Okay, I'm done.
Um, Leaving New York City was the best thing ever in life.
Mm,
I don't miss it, and it's only gotten worse since I've left. It's been a glorious. It's been a it's had its rough moments in the last 10 years, but thank God I'm not there.
mm.
No, this mayor. I mean, we'll talk about that in a second because that's the next question. But
Mhm.
New Yorkers,
Get it together.
pull up, pull up. Um,
Oh, that's not me. I'm here in the
don't
West.
do this dumb shit again. Okay, the last mayor, De Blasio, you had that motherfucker tyrannical, shut y'all down, mask mandates, vaccine mandates, all that shit. And y'all said, oh, let's just pick the black version of him.
Oh,
Because I
oh, oh.
and literally was screaming that when y'all all went to vote, and then y'all put up this terrible Republican candidate. But he was a guardian angel. I've seen that man since for years. But y'all decided to go with the black guy because he was black. Let's just say y'all voted for him because he's black. And
Oh,
so,
wow. Why
and
black
not
people taking
realizing
hits?
you were just getting more of the same, just with a different skin tone. But he's touting his great record of hiring, niggas. So,
Oh,
since he's
my.
hiring niggas, I
my.
guess y'all will vote for him again, right?
Okay.
Anyway,
Okay.
moving
All
on.
right.
So, with that
Okay.
said, do you think New Yorkers will choose differently next election cycle? What do you
Yes.
think?
Yes. Yes,
You
I do. I
you
do.
really think that?
I do.
You really think that?
I do.
Okay.
Come on, New Yorkers. Come on. Come on, New Yorkers. I be seeing all these videos with all these like people from the Bronx talking about they're gonna vote for Trump. Like I'm hoping that the like Espanol, y'all show up and y'all be like, let's get it. Let's go. No, you don't think it's gonna be different?
I don't believe it.
Okay.
Staten Island is the only borough that went for Trump twice. Because Staten Island is like its own world anyway.
Okay,
Hey,
but I'm saying the Bronx, I mean, like all, the people are showing up now. They're like, hey, we're gonna vote for
Go
Trump.
ahead,
So I'm like to
AJ.
think
what?
AJ, say it. From the
anyways.
top.
Like I said, they're showing up different now, and maybe
Mm,
there'll be change. I mean, I don't know. New York has bumped its head. I don't know. Maybe I think all the people who mattered or who could maybe swing that vote have left. They've moved out of the city. So who knows what's gonna happen? I would like to hope.
the
Yes.
last Republican, he wasn't even really a fucking Republican. It was Bloomberg,
Oh yeah.
and but he flip flopped parties like he changed draws. So really, I would say the last Republican was Giuliani.
Okay. Okay. They're burnt
And I
out. They're burnt.
what?
Come on, AJ. They're burnt out. Like they're all their money is going to the migrants.
I think that was the final straw.
Okay.
If nothing, hopefully that will be the final nail in the coffin for people to wake the fuck up.
Yep.
Um, how the fuck you taxing me to death?
Oh,
You literally sit up here auditing me for pennies, and this motherfucker could just jump a barbed wire fence and he gets the
oh,
world handed to him.
it's not Bob Wire, but okay.
Don't forget, they can beat on police officers. They can break the law.
Oh
They
yeah.
Yep.
Oh yes. You remember the middle fingers? Remember the one with the
All you
middle
have to do is spend your money at the bodega. That's all you gotta do. You can do
Hey,
whatever you want. Just spend your $1,000 at the
Poppy,
bodega.
let me get 3 chopped cheese, Poppy. Salt, pepper,
Yes. Speak on it, Prince. All right, okay.
Can I get a turkey and Swiss?
Ooh.
provolone.
Provolone. Provolone. Provolone.
Provolone.
You want
Okay.
roasted turkey,
Just
puppy?
remember, bodega. You spend it at the bodega.
Prince, do you think they're gonna vote differently?
No. I think they're gonna vote more than before.
Thank you.
But no, because people, I'm telling you now, I don't have any faith in New York for the very reason of if Staten Island is your shining grace out of all the boroughs, I don't have any hope for New York.
Whatever.
Because they spit in the face of Staten Island every single time.
Why is Staten Island catching strays right now?
Because y'all always be like, Staten Island don't count. Staten Island don't count.
Yes,
We're bored.
Because Wu-Tang is from Staten Island. So Wu-Tang is for the children.
We're bored. All I have to say is if you don't want different, shame on you, and you can just keep giving the money to the migrants. Such a fancy term.
No, stop saying migrants. These motherfuckers are illegal aliens. Let's stop it. Now they're seeking asylum.
Migrants. They're migrants.
And
They're migrants.
And the questions you should be asking is, why is the United States still shipping money to these countries and these motherfuckers are still fleeing? Those are the questions you should be asking, because we're still giving these motherfuckers a check every fucking fiscal year.
Oh, wow.
Anyway,
You
is our
upset?
guest here?
Yes.
All right. We'll be back with J.R. Majewski.
Hey.
Our guest today is a veteran, a husband, a Christian, and a fearless Trump-endorsed candidate for Congress. Take a look.
Unless they're a true red-blooded, freedom-loving American who came from doing, and these are the people that they make you hate on TV, by the way, right? These are the people who they make look like bumbling fucking idiots on TV, okay? And they do that because those are the people that can actually take this shit away from you. So, you know, when they criticize like America First politicians who come from, you know, Main Street America, realize that the reason they're doing that is not because those people are stupid. They actually, the media believes those people are stupid. And what does that say about, they think about you?
Right.
They think you're fucking stupid. They think you're one of them.
Stupid enough to believe it.
So the minute that you try to get into their system, they start making you feel like you're less than, you're worthless, you're a dumb fuck.
Racist.
You're racist. That's what these fucking far left elite people think. They believe the world is theirs and we're just living in it. And so, you know, you can find out a lot about who the real people are. They're going to create change by seeing who they attack.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was my bad, JR.
Oh, that's all right.
Go fire too, and I just took you away.
You got the F words in there. That's all that matters.
Hey.
There it is. Hold on. Okay, sorry. I had to.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome J.R. Majewski to Trifecta Hour. What's up, bro?
How you guys doing?
What's up, JR?
Thanks for having me. How you guys?
Thanks for coming.
Good, bro.
Oh, man. My pleasure. Can't get enough of this. I enjoy going on podcasts and talking to real people instead of sitting in front of a camera talking to the media. So I'll never turn them down. It's good to talk to people that actually are trying to make a change and that are actually going to vote and live like real Americans, not, you know, people that sit in their ivory towers and look to castrate folks that are just trying to change the country. It's kind of terrible, the world we live in, but they try.
Facts.
So.
Well, for those who don't know who you are, can you give us a little elevator speech about who you are, where you're from?
Sure. I'm from the 9th District of Ohio. I grew up born and raised in Toledo, Ohio, which is right on the Ohio-Michigan border. I grew up in the worst neighborhood in the district and had to fight my way into joining the service. I served 4 years in the Air Force, and after the Air Force, I finished my master's degree, and I was fortunate enough, just by luck, I got a job at the local nuclear power plant. And I started off in the union, and I just worked really, really hard, and I ended my career as an executive, and I was responsible for spent nuclear fuel for a lot of nuclear reactors across the country. And in 2020, well, I would say late 2019, early 2020, I became an ardent Trump supporter. I grew up in a Democratic family. My dad worked at Jeep, and my parents, we lived off my dad's Social Security check. My dad was injured when I was a young kid, and he hurt his back really bad and ended up having multiple surgeries. And I grew up, like I said, a Democrat, and Trump. I mean, he really changed the dynamic. The way he spoke to people, the fact that growing up as a kid, I heard you guys talking about Wu-Tang. I mean, every rapper in the United States wanted to be Donald Trump, right? And I grew up listening to rap, and I know the culture, man, and I know that everybody was talking about Donald Trump. And so when he decided to run, he actually caught my dad's ear, to be honest with you. Working in the power industry, I was traveling 200 some days a year. I was all over the country, and my dad called me one day and said, Donald Trump's going to be running for president. I know he is, and if he does, he's going to win. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, And so I just kept following him, and the next thing you know, he put his name in the hat, and he got me interested in politics, and then I would say it was cauterized with COVID. COVID had me working out of a home office, and I decided that I was going to be a little bit loud for the 2020 election, so I painted the world's largest Trump emblem on my lawn here, and I'm known around the area for having a big fireworks show every year, and I don't do it anymore, but I did, and I painted my lawn. I spent a whole week doing it. It was crazy, and I ended up going on Fox and Friends. And right after the episode, President
Don't go
Trump
too
called me.
far, JR. Hold on.
Mhm.
Don't go too far.
Sure.
We got you.
So
Go
is
ahead,
that, so what inspired you to actually run in 2022 and again to get beat up again in 2024? What inspired that?
Well, after painting my lawn, when Trump called me and I was on Fox and Friends, I had like 40 followers on Twitter. I'd get on there and I'd complain about rental cars, the whole
He said rental cars.
issues, right? Issues when you're working, and he didn't even tag me in the tweet. He just mentioned my name, and asshole. No, I'm just kidding. So after this, man, I kid you not, I think in 3 hours I had over 40,000 followers, and
Wow.
yeah. So as the story goes, COVID hit, and I found myself working out of the house, and through the support for Trump, I painted my lawn every week for the entire election cycle, and it cost me about anywhere from $1,000 to $1,200 a week to paint my lawn.
Wait, you repainted that every week?
Yeah, once a week.
Wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was kind of like, look, I'm the kind of dude that, like, if I'm in something, I'm all in. And I was watching what was happening. I went to DC on January 6th, and I thought that, the treatment of this guy after he worked his ass off for 4 years and, converted my entire family to the Republican Party, right, and myself, I just knew it was worth it. And I wasn't looking to be on TV. That happened just because people, that live here, I don't know how the heck they did it, but, they ended up getting hold of Fox News. But, I painted my lawn every week, and I watched what happened, in the 2020 election. And I thought that, I was just going to leverage the social media following I had. And when I got into the race, it was a Democrat plus 12. So it was,
Wow.
that couldn't be won. And I knew that, but I wasn't, I was just tired of people being chicken shits, man. At the end of the day, that's what it is. People are just scared, and I'm not scared of anybody, and I grew up not to be scared. My dad taught me to bully the bullies and be comfortable being uncomfortable. And, that's the life I've always lived. And I've always been a guy that helps other people out. And, and I thought that this was my opportunity to get people to be, proud to be Republican. And a lot of people that, along the way that were my friends turned Republican because they grew up just like me. And so running in the race, I was just, again, looking to inspire people. And right before the primary election, they redistricted the state based on the census. And when they did that, the district turned to an R+3. So it became a race at that time. And then all the establishment, suits jumped in the race, and I ended up winning by 6 points. And after I won the primary, I got into the general election, and all the country club conservatives that like people like us when it's time to vote or put out a yard sign or knock on doors or make a phone call, all those assholes didn't want nothing to do with me, and they fought against me. They fought against me because they're losers. They've been losing for 41 years. The person I ran against, has been in office for 41 years, and they're comfortable losing. They fought against me, and I was polling in the end of September of last cycle. The Democrat had spent about $4 million against me up to that point, and I was polling within 2 points. I could have been up 2 or down 2. I don't know. But then they launched a coordinated attack against me, and they accused me of lying about serving in the in Afghanistan.
Yeah, we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there.
That unfortunately tanked my candidacy.
Yeah, we're gonna get there.
Well, JR, because that brings you. I'm glad you mentioned Afghanistan because you ran and you found out about the dirty side of politics when your military service was attacked. And me being a veteran, I understand how sacred that is and how serious stolen valor is. So talk about that time and did you really think that politics was as dirty at that moment?
Okay, so go ahead.
Yes and no. I knew it was dirty. That's why I was running. But I didn't think that they would go to the depths that they went to. As I said, I came right out of the military at like 21 years old, and I went right into the nuclear power industry. And the nuclear power industry is one of the hardest industries to work in, both from an intellectual standpoint, but also an access standpoint. You have to undergo psychological examinations very frequently. And I maintained an active clearance because I worked with spent nuclear fuel. I was responsible for it. So, I was subject to drug testing. I was subject to alcohol testing, credit testing. I mean, my credit score was reviewed because, I was responsible for millions, if not billions of dollars of money. And so I was under the safe assumption that, look, I have a clean record. You know what I mean? I've lived an adult life. I was a bad kid, right? But weren't we all? And, I lived a very responsible adult life, and, the military changed my life and made me a man. And I just was, I felt like, there's nothing that they can do. What can they do? Say I went to DC on January 6th. Okay. Who cares? Right. That was about it. And
were you wearing a biker horn?
Well, speaking of that,
I didn't need to. I mean, I look the part anyway. I don't need the accessories.
Well, speaking of that, we do have a clip. AJ, did you want to play it or?
Yeah, we can roll it.
Okay.
This story was placed by the liberal media and my opponent, Marcy Kaptur, with the malicious intent to not only destroy my political campaign, but also my character.
It's a fiery opening statement from Mr. Majewski, who's come to Lucas County Republican headquarters in Sylvania to defend himself. A report from the AP shows that, despite his claims on the campaign trail, his record shows no signs of service in Afghanistan. The report, which has been independently acquired by WTOL 11, reads, quote, "We show one deployment to Qatar in May 2002 to November 2002. What he did or where he went from that location we don't have visibility on," end quote. Majewski says his deployments to Afghanistan were classified.
It's almost impossible for me to tell you where I was on what day. That's why my orders are listed as a classified location.
And he says the release of this information was a politically motivated attack.
Marcy Kaptur and the Associated Press, you are a disgrace to veterans who serve this country.
So, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of toll, having your military service called into question, did it take on you mentally?
Oh man, pretty heavy. A combination of things happened to me last year. As you can see, I was about 50 pounds heavier. I was under a lot of stress. I gained a lot of weight. I lost my father during the election last cycle. and I didn't have time to process that. My dad was a pretty important person in my life, and I was just, I would say, at the point in my adulthood where I was, I felt confident that, I was every man wants to make their dad proud, and despite all the things I accomplished, the money I made, the cars I had, the house I had, because I was a very wealthy guy. I just didn't feel like I had done enough yet. And, the running for Congress to me was kind of that peak where, this lady has been in office for 40 some years, and my dad's finally waking up to not being this staunch Democrat. And again, there was a lot of father-son camaraderie there, and him passing away was tough, very tough. And then, I thought I was going to win. I was going to win. And to have something so fundamental about your life lied about is an atrocity. It was tough. I can't even, words can't explain. After the election, the election being in November, I was okay at first, and then the holidays came, and I went to see my mom and my family, and they had my wife and my sister, made this little memorial for my dad with like an electronic picture frame and stuff like that. And that just beat the hell out of me. And so I kind of went into a dark spot. I won't lie. I'd never really been depressed before, but I was depressed for sure, and it took me, I'd say, a lot of family time. Right. Thankful to have been married just 21 years as of the other day.
Oh, happy anniversary!
Yeah.
So I've got a great wife who's been my, been dating her since the military. I got 2 big Rottweilers that keep me busy, and I got a really strong family friend network, and I got one of the most based pastors in the country. So I get to go on Sunday and listen to him talk about God and country, and it's it can be pretty relieving. But it was tough, and just for the audience, I'll make it clear. When I went to Qatar in 2002, Afghanistan bases didn't exist yet. That's why my orders didn't say Afghanistan. Most people's orders didn't say Afghanistan. There were probably a couple people in the service that did, and one of them was General Flynn. That's because he was running the Joint Task Force. But the military wasn't publishing all of the stuff because we weren't technically there yet, right? And my job was to fly missions in and out to deliver the cargo, the equipment, the weaponry, the people, and get those facilities built. And if you notice, the Air Force said, where JR went, we have absolutely no visibility on. That's their way of saying that we're not going to give you what you want to the press. And I gave the press everything that I had, and the entire time, they had my entire military file, and I didn't know it. And I gave them everything, and the paperwork that I had said classified on it. And when I said it's impossible for me to tell them where I was, it wasn't because I was on some John Rambo secret mission. It's because it was 20 freaking years ago, and I was a kid. And Prince can probably relate to this. You just do what you're told. And there's days where I was on the tail of a C-130 or a C-17. I didn't know what damn country I was in. I just knew that my boss was telling me what to do. My ass off. I wanted a shower, and I didn't get any water or food. And that was the life that we lived. And I wish people would have realized, like, Wi-Fi didn't exist. Cell phones were like this big. My way of communicating to did you lose me?
Yeah, you're frozen.
I think it's my camera. But
okay, go ahead.
I'll fix it. But
okay.
That's my OBS. The way I communicated with my parents was through AOL Instant Messenger with a sat phone.
Wow. Okay. All right.
That should give some framework to people to reflect back at what happened. I never once, if you saw in that video, my campaign yard sign said veteran. It didn't say combat veteran. I am a combat veteran, but it didn't say that. Like, I wasn't broadcasting that I was a veteran. And I think it's a shame when people do that. And I don't even like when people say thank you for your service, because I felt obligated as a kid that I didn't have a choice but to go to the service. And it wasn't until I got there and started serving that I became proud of what I was doing. It was an escape route for me, and people don't realize that. And so, I'm not the kind of guy that runs around pretending to be something that I'm not. I'm a man of integrity and honesty, and I never had an enemy, until I decided to challenge one of the most corrupt
Welcome to politics.
people in the country.
Yeah.
But that's all right.
Welcome to politics.
They just
Welcome to
scarred me. I'm gonna kick
politics.
the shit out of them this cycle, and they're not gonna know what the hell hit them.
That's right. All right.
Fix my
Let's
camera here,
go.
Okay. Go ahead.
but I can keep talking. Well,
Yes. Go ahead. Keep going. We can hear you. Where are we at, gentlemen?
We are
Prince.
I'm like frozen.
No, you're not. We're fine.
No, on my end, I'm not like moving.
Okay. Well, we hear you and you're moving. Talk.
All right. So, JR, let's talk about, since your boy Trump has been subjected to a witch hunt of epic proportions, Democrats and rhinos are hell-bent on preventing him from running in 2024. But as you know, you talk to him a lot, Trump is not backing down. So, what are your thoughts on the treatment of Trump, and how do you think he's going to come out on the other side?
I mean, I think it's a classic example of what we're experiencing with double, two different tiers of justice. But in the reality of it is that this has been going on for quite some time, right? I mean, people in the inner cities, regardless, I mean, we've been subject to two tiers of justice. People of lower income or middle class income have been susceptible to a multiple tier justice system. If you're a wealthy person, you can buy yourself out of anything, and it's I mean, look at how many people that we're hearing about now with the Epsteins and all these other guys that have lived a life of crime, and just because they've had a lot of money and they bought a lot of people off or different organizations off, they've been able to get away with whatever. It just happens to be that Trump is arguably the most popular man in the world, and he's fighting for a group of people who have lived life for the past couple of decades, thinking that and believing that the people in Washington, D.C. have forgot about them. And because of that, and because of the sentiment that people have for him, that's why they're going after him. And I think it's going to come out fine. I don't think the American people are going to let what the justice system is trying to do prevail. I think that people are smart enough. And look, January 6th was not an insurrection. We all know that. But
yes.
Put that man in jail and watch what America does.
Ooh.
I'll say.
Ooh, all right.
I didn't even know.
And I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying I'm going to run out and with weaponry. But I can tell you that there are a lot of people that will, and that's just the way this. That's not our fault. That is not our fault. That is what our government has. Our government has created this mess, and they got to fix it. And if they would just come to the obvious conclusion that Donald Trump is the conduit of that change, this would be an entirely different. We'd have an entirely different society right now. Right now, we can't even talk politics.
Nope.
It's so polarizing, and
yes,
people are realizing it. I mean, unfortunately, it had to be. It had to hit many of us in the wallet before we, come to the I don't know, maybe not the realization, but accepting it. But now it's starting to affect. Oh, it's just starting to affect our institutions. It's starting to affect our families, our kids, and it's gotten to the point where people are going to stand up, whether it's Trump or not. There's a certain group of folks that maybe don't love Trump, but they can definitely see him, and I think they're giving him credit now in retrospect for everything he's accomplished. And I think that if it's not Trump, and I know it will be, but just for from their perspective, it's anything but Democrat.
That part. All right.
Now I know Ronna McDaniel is stepping down, correct? Right? You know that, right? Do you think that's a good thing for the future of the Republican Party?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, look at Vivek Ramaswamy. Look at his candidacy, and look at what he had accomplished. Speaking out against Rana, and look at how she treated him.
Yeah.
Vivek Ramaswamy, you got to think about it from Ronna McDaniel's perspective. Her entire mission is to raise money for the Republican Party. It's not to spend it, but that's what she does. But it's to raise money. And one would think Vivek's worth a couple $100 million. Whether you like him or not, if you're obligated to raise money for the party, you don't go attacking a person that is very capable of giving you a
Yes.
large donation. And that being said, she treated him the way that she did. I mean, that's a classic example of how the establishment treats people. That's how they treat Trump behind closed doors. They used to
Yes.
treat him like that in public until he beat the hell out of him. They treat me like that. They treat Vivek like that. There's other candidates that if you're not part of the Boys and Girls Club, um, they are so condescending. They look at you like a third world person, and it's disgusting.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, what is the best advice you've gotten since entering the political arena?
For people aspiring to run for office.
Yeah, just like what's the best advice somebody's given you?
Somebody's given me.
Yeah, you.
Byron Donalds gave me a good piece of advice. He said, no matter what they do to you, JR, they can't take away your name. Your dad gave you that.
Woo! Yes.
And what he means is that they're gonna go after you no matter what. And as long as you don't accept the lies, and as long as you're willing to punch back and be fearless in your fight for your principles and whatever it is you're fighting for, at the end of the day, they can't take your name. And I didn't totally understand it when he told me it the first time, but we've had conversations since, and I've clarified, and it's a pretty powerful piece of advice, because when people are, when the media is talking about you, I mean, I had every major news outlet. Jimmy Kimmel did a skit about me. Okay, I mean, that's how bad.
He's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean these are the type of
the Turk show.
Yeah, these are some.
He was on the what show? The Turk show?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hassan Abi and
Yeah.
that weird dude and whatever.
Is that the real name of the show?
I don't know.
Turks.
It's
I
called
don't-
Young
that's
Turks.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
you got
okay.
that little annoying dude that's always on the internet talking and laughing and being sarcastic, being a little prick. Kind of guy that like doesn't leave his basement. You know what I mean? Like
You haven't made it until somebody does a skit about you on late night television.
That part.
I like them. I'd like them to stand in front of me and do that little skit. They wouldn't.
They
do that.
won't.
No.
The little dance, the
I
little
mean, I'm only a
dance,
politician
dance.
for I'm only running for office. I'm not a politician. So
Speak.
at the
Let
end
him
of the
know.
day, right?
Let him know, JR. Let him know.
Way to put that on the t-shirt.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, JR, you gonna get petty with us?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, we'll be back with petty.
Ooh.
All right, it's time to get petty. So basically, the petty segment is a venting session. Whatever you want to get off your chest, whether it's happy, sad,
told
fun,
him.
whatever.
I
Oh,
told
you schooled? All right, cool. Well, Aiden, go.
Yes. Okay. So my petty goes out
Yes,
to
you
the
get to go
special
first.
counsel. I always go first. Shut up. So my petty goes out to the special counsel. You bitch fucks had one job. One job. One job. And what did you do? You came back and told us that the dementia-ridden monkey had too much dementia to be charged and prosecuted.
Too much dementia.
So he's old, his memory's bad. You had 91 excuses on why this dementia monkey should not be charged. Okay. So boo to the special counsel. Boo, 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 boo. Okay. If he is not fit enough to give testimony, if he is not fit enough to tell us when his kid died or anything, or his memory is lapsing, how are we giving him the codes? How is he fit to run this country? Somebody please explain to me how this is happening. I need answers. And for all you dumb dodo Democrats, you lame ass liberals who are still going to vote for this fool, shame on you. Shame on you. You know what? I hope he does not release the code and it comes to your home. Okay? Because y'all seem to think that he's still competent. Y'all seem to think that he's fit. Y'all seem to think that he's still capable of running this country. But I'm here to tell you, he's on his way out. His numbers are ticking down. Tick, 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 tick. And they about to remove him and find some other dummy to replace him because he is no longer a good puppet. Because the puppet can't speak. The puppet can't answer the questions. The puppet can't focus. And now it's been brought to our attention that the puppet is lame.
Wow.
The puppet is old. The puppet's dead. Let's just put it out there. The puppet's dead. Okay. So with that being said, fire the special counsel. I never want to see that guy again, ever. But I will say to the special counsel, thank you for telling us the truth. Or wait, reaffirming the information we already knew. I'm good. Prince, it's your turn.
Is it my turn? Because you went on a fucking monologue. Listen, my petty is to recent fired, left, whatever settlement getter Sage Steele.
Should I mute him?
Listen.
Hey, why Sage catching strays up in here?
Listen, because she's been on this whole I don't see race. Why does everything got to be about race? Because you make it about race. Nobody was talking about that performance from, I think, Luke Combs and Tracy Chapman about it being a black and white thing. You brought that up. No one cares. No one cares. Nobody even watches the Grammys anymore. But you chose to use your platform to make it about race. And I noticed you got a certain demographic that's always cheering you on when you seem to always go against black issues or black or bring up race. I'm sick and tired of you mulatto Drakes always doing this dumb shit. Stop saying it's not about race and then make it about race. I get it, Sage. Your mama's white, your daddy's black. Congratulations. Guess what? At the end of the day, you are a black woman with a curly wig. Get it together.
You funky bitch.
I wasn't going to go that far because I still like Sage, but she just be killing me with that.
That's why I was wondering why she was catching strays. I was like, what happened? What she do?
Well,
I didn't follow. Yeah, why would you make that performance about race? I didn't see the performance. I just saw everyone.
I saw the performance.
But it's Tracy Chapman. How can you go wrong? But
You
anyway,
can't.
it's me, right? Me.
Yes,
Me.
you.
Biden. My nigga. If you don't quit reaching back to the previous administration every time y'all fuck up, listen, this border shit is your fault. You had 3 motherfucking years. You sent down the affirmative action hire. You sent her down there. She couldn't get it done. Do not come. Everyone still came. So what the fuck are we talking about? It's the MAGA Republicans. It is Trump's fault. No, it's your fault. And you're trying to rush through this legislation because you're trying to save face. You know you're probably not going to get reelected. You went from 81 million alleged votes to basically about to lose the fucking election. So right here, what the fuck does that say? Trump wins, loses allegedly, and then wins again. What does that say about you? Because you were supposed to be the white horse. You're supposed to come in and save the people, bring the people together. Instead, the people who allegedly voted for your ass ain't fucking with you right now. So
that part.
Give it up, Biden. Let it go. But they're gonna try some install shit. Like they installed Biden, they're gonna try to install somebody else. But it ain't gonna work.
Probably Michelle. Oh, I'm sorry,
one
Michael.
One more thing, Nikki Haley, you raggedy bitch. If you do not give this up, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about you. Nobody cares. You lost to nobody. How do you lose to nobody? Trump wasn't even on the ballot and swiped all you motherfuckers off the motherfucker. Let it go. Trump's gonna be the nominee. I don't care. You can try all the ageism that you want. You could talk about his mouth and how he's all of that because he's a New Yorker. That's what the fuck we do. We talk shit. We talk big shit, and we don't care what you think about it.
Now,
so let it go, Nikki. Go back on South Carolina and be a little brown girl who got picked on every day. Nobody cares. JR.
When did she become brown? I'm still there, but okay. Go ahead, JR.
I'll just say shout out to all the Democrats living in mom's basement and like talk shit on the internet. No matter how hard you try, arguing on the internet's like being in the Special Olympics.
Oh, okay.
No matter how good you perform, you people because they'll beat you in, with experience. I just like going on the internet and, especially Twitter, and you got all these people with their fake accounts and they post stuff, and I just block them, and they get mad and they're like, oh, we can't take criticism. No, I just love the fact that I can unblock you and watch you absolutely blow up on social media forum like a freaking child, and you're not even brave enough to show your face. I mean, so yeah, shout out to all you diaper wearing Democrats eating hot Cheetos in your mom's basement. Right.
Nice.
Hallelujah. Well, thank you for coming in, JR.
Thank you.
Let the people know where they can find you on social media and your website and all of that stuff.
Sure. My website is JRFOROHIO. That's JR for Ohio. And you can find me on all forms of social media. I'm on Truth. I'm on X. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Just search JR Majewski and you should be able to find me.
Thank you for coming, JR. Thank you so much for taking this time and coming to speak to us. We appreciate you.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you so
much. Thank you for everything you guys are doing. And, thank you for all the support. And
good luck, bro.
I know you guys help me on TikTok and other forms of social. So, it doesn't go unnoticed. I do appreciate it.
JR, before you go, can you say you identify as a strong black man?
Do I? I mean, I think we all do.
Well, it's 2024. You can.
In some form or fashion. I think we all do.
Whatever. We're out of here.
I know where I grew up. You know what I mean?
We'll be right back. Now it's time for our memes of the week.
All right. My segment. Oh, I'm black, y'all. And I'm black, y'all. And I'm bigoted black. And I'm black, y'all. Travis Kelce. I want all the black women come close. You are the reason you gave that man a cookout invite, and now look what he did. He went from peaches to flapjacks. And this man he took credit for the fade.
Okay.
If anybody should take credit for the fade as a white boy, it should be John B., not Travis Kelce.
Amen.
You right about that. You right about that. Yes.
Get that man off my screen.
Oh my. Okay.
All right. To all you jabbers.
Oh, shoot.
Look, she went from ugly to what's his face? What's his face? God, I forgot his face.
Oh God.
Oh, I forgot his face. But look at that. Look, these are the people that are teaching your children.
Let me tell you something.
Wait,
she literally got hired in the interview.
Corky?
No, Gary Busey. There we go.
Oh, okay, Gary.
He looks like Gary Busey. Like, how do you get hired looking like that as a teacher?
Okay.
She ain't got to worry about messing with a student.
That part. Look, that part.
Oh, Rachel Maddow.
Wow, it's like two different people.
Different people.
Listen, on the left, you could have dated OJ.
Oh! You know what? I'm good. This fool.
Rachel Maddow had it going on the left, and then she went to college and discovered herself.
Okay, you know what? Prince is all the way lost.
Okay. Listen.
I cannot.
All our taxpayers, look at this. Before taxes, flat. After taxes, you look like Selena. Look at that. That is crazy.
Well, that's because one's a man and one's a woman, but it's okay.
I mean,
Beady bumpa.
Look at this. Don't worry, I ain't leave the white women out because y'all
Oh
struggling in
my
the ass
God.
department. Look
Oh
at
my
this. Raise inflation.
I'm done.
You thought you was gonna have extra money in your account now?
Don't do it, girl. I'm not gonna do it, girl.
Already did it.
Next thing.
Yo, I can't.
Look at what happens in different stages of your life. Cocaine, alcohol, crack, college. You go from common sense to non-binary, illegal alien,
Oh my god.
mass shooter,
Oh my god.
majoring in gender studies,
I'm done.
to $800,000 in college debt.
Okay, I've checked out. I've checked out.
Congratulations.
I've officially checked out. I've
Oh
officially
my
checked out.
gosh.
Black
Wow.
women, stop letting people with Kool-Aid colored hair tell you who you are.
Amen.
You are not oppressed. To all the woke white liberals out there, leave me alone. If I click on your bio, you have all the flags, BLM, the 3 fists, prayer emojis, pizza emojis, eggplant emojis. You
You
have
okay up there,
multiple
AJ?
personality disorder. Get help.
He said, "Get help," and that's oh my god.
Wait a minute.
Now that's the statue we should have got.
I'm done.
Listen.
I'm done. Done.
Listen. Y'all think that George Floyd statue is a monument? This is what happens when you really do your homework. This is how the flag should have looked. Hey, look up his record. Bestseller.
Oh my god. And Prince, and what is this?
Oh my god.
We're at the end. What
We're
do you
at
say?
the end. And those are the memes. George Floyd would make a perfect Tyler Perry villain.
Oh my god.
He's still here. All right, I'm done.
Oh my. Hold on a second.
Free Chauvin.
Okay.
It's time for.
You can't even get it together. Okay, so the word is migrant.
Oh shit.
You ready? It's a term used by the liberal media in the place of the term illegal immigrant to mislead the American people. The liberal media is calling illegal immigrants migrants in order to get Americans to accept them. Oh wait, gullible Americans.
Gullible, dumb Americans, stupid ass Americans,
Dummies.
dingbat Americans. How the fuck
Dummies.
can Ukraine I stand with Ukraine, they can protect their border. And as soon as Texas does it, they're xenophobic, they're racist, they're crazy. You got the federal government trying to get to override their constitution to cut fucking no, fuck out of here.
Wild. JR, we see you. Thank you for coming. We appreciate you.
Hey, so we're surprisingly we're 6 minutes early, so let's stretch. We gotta stretch.
Okay, so let's talk about it. So Super Bowl weekend.
Hey,
Super Bowl weekend. Can't
Go
wait.
Hawks.
Let's go. And just so everybody knows, we have officially got our tickets to the Super Bowl. It is official. We are in possession of them. We will be arriving at the Super Bowl tomorrow. Okay. And just so everybody knows, we'll be on the blue field. So if you're looking for us, look for us on the blue field because that's where we will be.
At the 45-yard line.
At the 45-yard line. But that's where we will be. Yes. So if anybody's looking for the trifecta, that's where we will be.
And Marcus will be at the 50-yard line.
Yes, he will be at the 50. Actually, he'll be on field access as well. I'm not sure what color field he'll be on, but we will be on the blue field. Okay. The three of us collectively together.
Hey.
The trifecta is coming
Oh
together.
no.
Good
I
thing that
want to do a triangle, but never mind.
okay, Illuminati. But anyways, so yes. So with that being said, oh look at this, you guys. You guys, look.
What?
How is the Biden derangement syndrome going? Well, hello, Larry.
Biden derangement? There's no such thing. Nobody gives a fuck about that. You don't even give a fuck about him. Let's be clear. You're only in
We
here
got our
because
first
somebody hired you to be here. And this isn't TikTok, so you can't take us down. So fuck you, fuck your mama, fuck your daddy, fuck everybody that you love. Cool. All right. I felt so good because you can't take us down. We gonna be here.
We have our first official troll. I do want to say we have to thank all of you guys for your extreme support. Our last episode last week is already over 1,000 views. So just in case anybody is wondering why you should leave TikTok, because if you actually do it correctly and you actually leave, the people will come, the people will support you, you will get the views all over the world, and they're not bots. So if you guys don't, if you need a reason to leave TikTok, this is your reason right here. You know, we're still building, we're still working. And if you guys are lucky, if you guys are really nice to us, we may at some point come to TikTok and you can view all three of us together in one place on the blue line, on the blue field. With that being said, I'm good. Anything else you want to share, gentlemen? Prince, you have something you want to say? You look like you do.
Yeah, like who the fuck drinks Evian water? I don't even know how to pronounce.